Hello, everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, Friday will be an early release day for the Sulphur Springs ISD. That word came out Wednesday from SSISD Assistant Superintendent Rusty Harden. All students and staff in the Sulphur Springs ISD will be released an hour earlier than usual on Friday. And school buses will also be running 1 hour ahead of their regular schedule. This is the usual procedure when there is an out-of-town football game on Friday. The earlier bus schedule allows buses to be available to take students and school personnel on the road trip, in this case to Kaufman on Friday.
Today we'll hear about two new projects starting up. One is the Coat and Blanket Drive from Can Help, and the other is this Saturday's car show downtown Sulphur Springs.
We're doing our Coat and Blanket Drive, our fall Coat and Blanket Drive. This is going to be our 15th year for Can Help, and we're really excited about that. Started a long time ago with Don Sheffield, and we just want to continue that tradition, and we're excited that it's been 15 years.
Well, so how do people get these to you, and how do you get them to people who need them?
So what people can do is we actually have some drop-off locations throughout town, or throughout Hopkins County, mostly in Sulphur Springs. And so we're asking for new or gently used coats and blankets, and you can drop them off. We have white boxes. They have a big sign that says drop coats here. You can drop them in our office, Shannon Oaks Church, First Baptist Church. One church, you can drop them at their administrative office, which is on 1325 East Shannon Road, St. James Catholic Church on Texas Street, or Starbucks.
Okay, good. And so then how does it process through Can Help?
Mm-hmm. Well, they go through regular intake, and we see where they're standing. We do qualify our families up to 200% above poverty level. Okay. So most agencies are at 130. So we do help people that are in that gray area of not being able to qualify for benefits and other programs.
Okay. And that's a lot. You're thinking a family of four, that's making over $50,000 a year. So really, mostly, if anybody wants to come in for a coat, they're going to get one, you know.
Okay. And so, well, I know a lot of families, maybe they think, well, I don't like to take what someone else might need worse than me. And that's a noble thought.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we understand that, but we want to make sure it's like, if you need something, come to us, you know. I mean, we're not going to let anybody go be cold this winter. You know, we want to make sure, especially the children, that we want to make sure that every kid has a coat for the school year.
And that leads to something you've reached out to some school districts for.
Yeah, we thought about it this year and wanted to do something special since it's been 15 years. And so we originally reached out to Sulphur Springs ISD and working with communities and schools to see if we could identify maybe 150 kids within the school district that need coats probably the most. And so we're working with them, waiting to get some names. We've already gotten some, and then we're going to go buy brand new coats for those kids. Now, if there's still more that need them, then we'll do that. And we've also reached out to Como so far, and if we need to reach out to the other school districts, we'll make sure we do that too. But we wanted to do something really special and really focus on the kids this year for the coats.
And it is your 15th year, and that's great. I mean, you're providing, this is only one of the many services that helps our community with.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
And, well, it's not too late for us to say, you are also connected with another drive that's about to start.
Actually, it started on Monday.
Okay.
Yes, Blue Santa, Empty Stocking, the toy program actually started on Monday, where this is for the toy program for Hopkins County. If your family needs assistance for Christmas, you can come in and do sign-ups at Can Help. They started Monday now through December 6th. Okay. And so we extended the time, the days this year to make sure we tried to reach as many people as possible. And all you need to bring, or what they need to bring, is pretty much the same documents as the years before: their ID, proof that they live in Hopkins County, Social Security card or birth certificate of the kids, and they can either do like proof of income, or they could just bring us maybe a statement of benefits, like for instance SNAP or food stamps, Medicaid, something like that.
Okay.
And it's really simple, takes like 5 minutes, and then we get them a number and send them on their way, and then they're ready to go to pick up. And the pickup date is going to be, I think, December 14th.
Yes.
Of course, but I think we're going to come in another time and talk about that.
Sure,
So.
and we'll be spreading the word about that. Blue
Yes.
Set is just getting started.
Just getting started.
Coat and Blanket Drive is in place because now is the time. The weather has dictated that now is the time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now's the time, and I think people are probably just going through their stuff to determine, hey, what should I get rid of? And we ask, please, drop off your, go through your stuff. If there's things that you think, oh, well, my kid has outgrown this, or I don't really wear this jacket. There is somebody out there that needs it, so please consider donating it.
So if you received a donated coat last year and the child has outgrown that coat, you can redonate it and we just exchange it.
Sure. Okay. That's a handy way to do it.
Right.
Well, we're going to sort of stop here real shortly, but I do want to bring out this. There are other ways that can help. And Adela, through some other connections that you have in helping our community, you find that there is a need. People that need help with things like their rent or utilities, and that they find their way to you.
Yes.
And so our community is represented as one that has need. Is that right?
Yes, we are. Right now, I think we're experiencing more need for rent assistance. It seems to be like inflation is starting to take over, and they are not able, especially the ones that are on limited incomes, disability, are elderly. So we're seeing a lot of that population come in because they are not able to meet those needs, basic needs.
And find affordable housing, basically.
Okay. Well, I know your tasks are before you, especially as our winter is coming on here in our area. Needs will come forward, and I think we always somehow come through in Hopkins County to fill them.
Hopkins County, we work with multiple counties through 211 Texas, and one of the things that we've learned over the years is Hopkins County is a generous county, and we're one of the smaller counties in the Northeast Texas region, but probably one of the most generous counties that I've ever encountered. And so people definitely should be thankful for living in Hopkins County, because I think that we do a lot for the community. Not us, but just the community itself does a lot for the community.
This is true.
Right.
Thank you both for coming in and sharing with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
you.
Happy Halloween.
Yes, happy and safe Halloween. And we will find out a little bit more about something else going on downtown next, because we have another speaker coming in on our time slot this morning from the Downtown Business Alliance. And good morning, Jason Tully.
Good morning, Enola. How are you?
I am great. Thank you very much. You have got a big event Saturday, one that's planned like all year.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's this year's our 14th annual. What we're doing is we've got the car show. It's the Heritage Square Car Show, downtown Sulphur Springs on our beautiful square. We'll start with our registration at 8 a.m. Saturday. That's 8 a.m. And it'll stop at 12. So right at lunchtime, we'll stop our registration. And last year we had about 175 cars. And so this year, with pre-registration being up, we've got like 86 pre-registered already. We're expecting a better turnout.
Well, okay, so people are coming to this that have always come or have previously come from other places. But what about somebody who lives here? What do they need to know about how to register their car?
Well, you can either register online. We have sulphurspringsdba.org. You can go on there and register all the way up until tomorrow night even. But then if you still want to enter your car, like I said, you can bring it to the square Saturday morning, and we'll have a registration booth set up right where the fountain is. We'll have the fountain turned off, and a registration booth will be sitting there. So you just bring your car in. We'll help you park it. You walk up to the registration booth. It's $20 to register.
Okay.
And so with that, you'll be able to enter in 23 different categories that we give a award out, which is our best of, is what we call that. The best of would be like the best GMC truck or best Ford truck, best GMC car, or like the best Ford car, or we have those like even the best foreign. We even have a best race car. So if you have a race car that you're real proud of and you want to enter it in our show, then you're more than welcome. The only stipulation we have on our registration is that it has to be 1987 or older. So we know that 20 years is normally the benchmark of what we call a classic car. But in this show, we asked that it be 1987 or older in order for it to enter our show.
Well, and those best of paint, I think you mentioned. What about best restoration?
Yes, we actually have best in progress, is what they call it. So if you have something you're working on right now and you don't think it's quite ready for the show, bring it anyway, because there's a possibility that you could actually get an award for that car or truck. The other thing to keep in mind that we like to tell our participants is that we have $2,000 in cash we're giving away at the end of the day. At 3 o'clock, we do our awards. Okay. So at that time, what we do is we break it down. There's 4 chances to win. First is $25 or $250. So if we draw your name out of a hat, you didn't have to win a single thing while you were there. But as long as you entered the car show, you have a chance to win. So the first would be $250, and then the next would be $250, and then the next size prize up would be $500 in cash, and then our big grand prize is $1,000 cash. So if you just come in with your half-restored car and don't think that you're going to win anything, hey, you could still walk away with $1,000 in your pocket.
Now, you're talking on these awards from participants in the car show, such as those who enter cars.
Yes, but you have to enter.
Everybody else is invited to come down and look at them and walk around and remember the car you had.
Yes, every year we put 2 cars on the front of our shirts, and those cars is the best of show, which is picked by our judges. But then we have People's Choice, and that's you, the people of the Sulphur Springs or Hopkins County area. We invite you to come to our registration booth, and we ask you to vote on what you think is your favorite car, because it's y'all's opinion that we truly value. We want to know what people think, and so if you would, when you come down, please come to the registration booth, walk in, enjoy the morning or afternoon. We're there until 12 o'clock for registrants to enter. But if you want to come down and walk around and look at the cars from 12 to 3 o'clock is a good time to walk around and look.
And the day is going to be sunny on Saturday.
Oh, yes. The weather worked out perfectly. I know last weekend was rough during the stew contest and the Corvette show. So we've been fortunate. It may be a little chilly, so bring your jacket. That's all right. We can bundle up and walk around, drink some hot coffee or hot chocolate. We got all the restaurants downtown just about open. Yeah. The ones that are normally closed are closed except for Sandy at Plain and Fancy. She actually opens up for that day, so that if you want breakfast or lunch at Sandy's, then you're more than welcome to come down and see the show and get breakfast there or lunch. And then also we've got the normal restaurants that are open all the way around the square. So if you would, come on down and enjoy the day with us.
And many of those merchants are Downtown Business Alliance members who help to promote this show.
That's right. We started this organization about the same time we started the car show, and all of that was just to get people interested in downtown, because we did this at the time when the square didn't look quite the way it does today. And so we started the organization as the downtown businesses got together and said, hey, we need to start doing what we can to support each other, to help each other, and to draw more people downtown. And then we started partnering with the city, and at that time is when we started to see the changes come about. And I've got people that call us and have returned 4 or 5 years in a row and saying that they come to our show just because of how beautiful our square is and how great our community is. Yeah. So it's been a really good thing for the Downtown Business Alliance.
A mini vacation day if you just drive over for the day. I really think that Downtown Business Alliance members who are merchants and business owners or individuals or just interested ones in downtown really appreciate our city organizers and I would say city fathers, although we have ladies on the council too, who have facilitated the draw that Sulphur Springs now has.
That's right. We've all had the vision. I think when early on we shared the same vision and we worked hand in hand with each other to try to make that come about, and I think it's done a great job. The downtown looks great. We look forward to our participants. We actually have one that's coming from over 390 miles away that's actually coming to our show, and it's just because they know our area, they have family in the area, and they look forward to coming to our show. They said that hopefully next year they'll have their whole entire car club join them and make the trek to come all the way to Sulphur Springs and enjoy our beautiful scenery.
These cars evoke memories, and those who look at them, I've got a 1967 red GTO with a big engine and 3 carburetors in my earliest memories of having a car and driving.
Oh yeah,
that was one of the muscle cars.
That's the great thing about this, is that we have so many variety of the different classic cars. There's so many that are best restored, that are still original. And then we have some of the best modifieds, to where, you know, you can see what they can come up with and do, dropping the bigger engines in them, or putting the bigger wheels and tires on them, and changing up the paint schemes to make it look really pretty. But I tell you, some of those originals are the best draws. Most people want to see a classic car as it was built. And it just, like you said, all of us have had memories in some way or form or fashion with an automobile over the years. And so come downtown, bask in those memories, and enjoy the beautiful scenery and the cars that we have.
It's absolutely free to walk around and look at them.
That's right. It's free to come around and look. We sure do value your opinion. Again, I can't stress that enough. If you would, come over to our tent and get a People's Choice Award packet. Yeah, all it is, a ballot. You just walk around and you pick the one you think is the prettiest.
Fabulous. Well, we just call it Car Show, but it's really Heritage Square Car Show.
That's right, the Heritage Square Car Show.
Downtown this Saturday.
That's right, this Saturday.
Thank you very much, Jason Tully.
Thank you, Nella Gay.
We will see you down there.
The Lady Cats volleyball team's by-district playoff match with Hallsville has been firmed up. The Lady Cats will play the Lady Bobcats next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. at Tyler Junior College. The Lady Cats are the 4th seed in District 15-5A. Their season record, 22-17, and they finished 4-6 in district play. Hallsville is the district champion in District 16-5A. The Lady Bobcats were 13-1 in district play, and their season record is 30-12. The Como-Picton Lady Eagles cross-country team will also be heading to the state meet on Saturday, November 9th at Old Settlers Park in Round Rock. The Lady Eagles finished 4th at their regional meet in Class 2A last Monday. Lexi Busby led the Lady Eagles with an 11th place finish with a time of 13:02. Bailey Neal was 38th. Shelby Speed was 44th. Kara Tift was 49th. Hannah Warren was 56th, Island Gonzalez was 65th, and Brianna Warren was 111th. The Lady Eagles are coached by Dee Evans. And that's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for watching, and so long, everybody.